Good morning.
Turn it up, turn it up a little bit.
I'm afraid the camera is...
Turn it down. Good morning, how you doing?
There are plenty of seats. Please come in, come down a few stairs and find a seat.
I got locked out.
All right, this mic only communicate with the booth. So if you need to speak to Ryan or anything, speak to us.
There's such energy and joy in this space. I hate to interrupt it by having to start a meeting. I feel like I should just stand here and conduct it. But good morning. In order to try to keep us on schedule, and it is a very full agenda, as you know, you've picked up a program, I am going to go ahead and start even as a few people are taking their seats. I am Margaret Latimer, the Vice President and Provost here at the Germantown campus. Thank you. And it is my great, thank you. It is my great pleasure to greet you with sunshine and welcome you to the Pinckney Innovation Complex for Science and Technology at Montgomery College, to the Germantown campus for the 2018-2019 academic year closing meeting. This is always an exhausting and exhilarating time of year. Review sessions and final exams, grading, banquets, galas, celebrations of achievement, and sighs of relief. There's the thrill of victory as students are realizing their dreams and share that with us, and the agony of defeat. Yes, I've received some appeal letters already. I've shared more than a few minutes with some of you in the last week or so in awe of what our students have accomplished, listening to them present their work or accept awards. And everyone in this room today has played a role in that. We are behind all of that. We're the behind the curtain folks that make that happen. And I've listened to students choke up, literally, as they have thanked faculty who have opened doors for them, who have made those achievements and accomplishments possible. By the way, speaking of accomplishments, and we are celebrating what we have done today, make sure you take some time and go up to the atrium on the second floor and look at the CRID presentations. They're wonderful poster presentations of what's been done there, and I saw some of you up there earlier, but take a little time and look at what's, again, have been accomplished by you today. Today, this event is where we get to pause, reflect, and celebrate our achievements that have made the students' achievements possible. We get to hit the pause button on AMP and STAMP, strategic plans, ATD and embedded coaches, pathways and scheduling, Ad Astra, enrollment management, equity summit, facilities projects large and small, commencing and completing, charrettes, program reviews, cars, no trucks, Workday, which I am renaming Workday and Night, Banner 9, awaiting Banner 10, conferences and competitions, events on campuses almost every day of the year, budget advocacy, and you could all add to the list. But for the next 2 hours, we get to put that on hold and celebrate. So before I turn the podium over, I want to thank those of you who organized this day, and a very special thanks to the facilities and IT teams. The former makes the campus sparkle every day of the year, and they cleared the clouds today, and to our IT folks who bring us the cloud. And now it is my great pleasure to welcome to the podium, and as Dr. Brown said yesterday, someone who needs no introduction, our president, Dr. Darian Pollard.
Well, good morning, everyone. I don't know about you, but I love listening every year because we're always here at Germantown campus to hear what Margaret is actually going to say, because there's always this wonderful balance of wit and intellect. And so I find myself laughing out loud now, poor Jane Ellen, it will be known as a work day and night. I love that, and I think some of our colleagues in HR and certainly in the business services and IT would probably concur with that. So I'm delighted to be here today, and I am delighted to spend some time with you. Those of you who are coming in, there's lots of seats down in the front and middle, so feel free to make your way there. As Margaret illustrated in her comments, we have had a very busy year here at Montgomery College. In fact, the ultimate culmination of that is going to be on Friday, when we will have nearly 3,000 students who are going to be earning degrees and certificates from Montgomery College. And that is absolutely amazing. I think it deserves a round of applause. Thousands of them will be transferring across the country. Many of them will be going directly into work, and all of them will have new credentials and new possibilities, and they are indeed changing their lives, and that is a credit, as Margaret said earlier, to all the work that you do and have done for those students over the last several years. It's the people in this room who have empowered students, our financial aid counselors, academic advisors, international student advisors, our counseling faculty, our instructional faculty, our groundskeepers, and those people who work behind the scenes to keep our organization moving. Each of you has played a critical and important role in the success of our students. It can be easy to lose sight of your unique impact on each of you, on the students daily, but I want to honor each of you by paying close attention to the work that you've done this year. And I've seen that happen in our honors convocations, which I have the joy of attending this time each year, where we get to see in living color all of the work that has gone into our students. Let me give you a sampling of that. Montgomery College has been a life-changing experience for Malix Odom. She told me to start calling her Malix, not Marie Alexandra, a biological science major from the Ivory Coast who had to learn English just to start her courses here. She then served as president of the Medical Research Club, became a learning assistant in chemistry, won an internship at NIST, and was a math and physics tutor at the Maple Center for a year. That's within just a few years of learning English. The college has also been transformational for Maria Veronica Urube from Columbia, majoring in international studies. She was a Renaissance scholar and vice president of the Phi Theta Kappa at Rockville. In early June, she will compete in the Beacon Conference in Pennsylvania and then start an internship at the Library of Congress. She's already been admitted to Smith College, American University, and the University of Virginia. Wow, right? Another student, Namahalo Baloy, or Jake, as he told me to call him, is South African, and he comes to Montgomery College with a focus on accounting. When he took classes outside of the business curriculum, he discovered a passion for business, human behavior, and the intersections with biology. He plans to further his studies in international business and cognitive science. And then finally, I must mention Wendy Mejia Aguilar, who arrived from El Salvador only 5 years ago with her single mother and her young sister. She works on campus at the Macklin Business Institute Cafe as a cashier and as part of its accounting team. She serves as vice president and provost, she serves on the vice president and provost student advisory council and on the Enactus board as vice president of project development. Outside of college, she works 25 hours a week as a Spanish tutor and as a restaurant cashier. Her academics, leadership, and service to her community were so exceptional that she was awarded a Jack Kent Cooke undergraduate transfer scholarship this year. And Wendy is a remarkable student. If you know her, she is bubbly and bright and talented and just makes you feel good being in her space. But what I love about this is that she credits her professors, her advisors, her counselors, who helped put her best foot forward in this very competitive process. People like Lucy Loff, Claudia Greer, Joan Ney, Christina Devlin, Hannah Weiser, and Steve Lane were some of the names that she mentioned as being instrumental to her in this spectacular award. One of the things that I love most about Montgomery College is that we attract people with new ideas. And I work with some of the most creative, some of the most innovative people I've ever met, who are innovating in ways that I know to better serve our students in the communities in which they represent. But I also have the opportunity to reach outside of the college periodically to learn from others and to find inspiration. And this year was no exception to that. I want to mention 3 people who visited the college this year whose ideas and questions lingered far after my conversations with them. Dr. Damon Williams was our Equity Summit speaker, and he delivered a powerful message about inclusive excellence and the ways organizations benefit from being more strategic around these practices. This is a priority that we've been working on for some time now, and we're beginning to see some work at a very different level. Lots of work still needing to be done, but tremendous amount of effort and outcomes are coming from each of you who've played a unique role in that. We have former U.S. Secretary of Education Arne Duncan, who brought a passionate, well-informed assessment of public education in this country, which included a biting critique of gun control and teacher pay. And then finally, former County Executive Ike Leggett shared a unique vision of national leadership and the role of fear in driving citizens' relationships with each other. Fear, he said, is not the mark of robust democratic leadership. Each of these visitors helped me to refocus on some aspect of our mission in a different way. Dr. Williams' take on equity and inclusion reminded me that even as we serve a diverse student body, we must attend carefully to the climate and inclusion issues for our employees, and certainly within our workspaces. Arne Duncan's decades of work in public education to close the achievement gap taught me that many different solutions can work simultaneously to advance the needs of our students. Designing student support is an imperfect science. Scaling services up takes resources and risk, but certainly progress today is what matters. We can't wait for tomorrow because our students miss out on these opportunities when we do so, and that means that we have failed them. He used those words repeatedly over and over again in his comments. Now, speaking of failure, the college's admissions scandal in the news has had a really unexpected impact on me. As disappointing and discouraging as it was for the state of education in this country, it reminded me of just how powerful our mission of access to higher education really is. When I look at the hard scrabble stories of our students, and I hear them over and over and over again, and then the privilege and wasted opportunities on these fraud stories, I know that I'm in the right space at Montgomery College. And I think about the fact that our nation needs more places like our college. Open access is what our country's mission is about. You can see this in the home countries of our students across each of our campuses, and I can see that earlier when I think about the students that I mentioned, and certainly think about the fact that we celebrate these values at Montgomery College instead of stoking fear about difference. When this scandal broke, I realized that we worked so hard on equitable outcomes that we might be taking access a tiny bit for granted. And we shouldn't, because our nation relies on us to do this, and certainly our county does. In fact, since the Truman Commission called for a system of community colleges, it was recognized as a way of building up our nation. Community colleges became, in my mind, the new land-grant institutions of our country. We aren't building the infrastructure that you see that the land-grant universities were doing, but we're building people, we're building capacity, we're building skills. The primacy of that mission is something that I believe we need to hold on to firmly and certainly keep within our sights. Now, I'll give you an example of some people who've benefited from this idea of what our mission is. Tejas Mengeshe started at the college in 2013, taking one class a semester because that's all that she could afford. She was taking ESL classes in the beginning. And from there, she enrolled in the Child Development Associates program and through Workforce Development, where she earned a certificate. She then progressed to a full load of classes for the Early Childhood Education Associate's degree. She did this online and in the evening so that it didn't interrupt with her family business of childcare. She is the sole provider for her 3 children, one of whom is graduating from Wheaton High School in just a few weeks. She has a GPA of 3.75 and tells me that throughout her schooling, she posted her grades on the refrigerator so that her son could see, and she told him, "I expect nothing less of you. I learned English as an adult, and you had, quote, the privilege of learning English as a 2-year-old. If I can earn these grades while I work full time, then you can do so too," end quote. But here's how this story keeps going. By the way, her son will start at Montgomery College this fall, and she has been accepted by Washington Adventist University, where she will continue to study. That is why we exist. This is the work that we do. This story reminds me of why we must protect access and open access. In fact, I'm starting to believe that we must expand it, because it's truly the equalizing principle of extraordinary magnitude. It builds communities of opportunity and families that are free of fear. Now, if any of you caught it, there was a topic in former County Executive Ike Leggett's talk recently where he had with me that really struck me. He says that how strong leadership is not built on fear. Leadership has to engage with fear, yes, but it has to confront it. It has to dissemble it. It will have to problem solve around it. But true leaders do not build their relationships on fear. True leaders do not build their relationships on fear. Now, I'm sure this resonates with some of you in the room as you think about what happens in your classrooms and in your offices when you interact with students. We don't motivate students with fear. I might do that with my son every once in a while, but certainly not with our students. We give them tools to achieve. We empower them. We help build their confidence. We teach them to reach out for help, not to spurn their peers, not to otherize their fellow classmates. We teach them to ask for help, which means that it makes them vulnerable. And that is a message that I talked a lot about when I came back about in my town hall, Daring to Lead by Brene Brown. But vulnerability also builds trust, which dispels fear. Some of the students I talked about today have walked through a lot of fear, but asking for help has changed their outcomes. Having people like you, each and every one of you in this room and those of you who are watching, is that you have worked through fear as a common denominator in helping our students. Leadership that builds connections like those that we have in our community engagement centers is that we are building capacity in our community, and that will drive student outcomes. Leadership that prioritizes equity and inclusion for our faculty and staff makes us all better ambassadors in our multicultural society. Leadership that supports passionate teaching and robust counseling builds achievement in our students. We have all the elements at Montgomery College to do this work because we have all the right people in the room to do it. We're always trying to improve them so that we're striving, but the truth is our foundation is solid and it is strong. And we're moving into our next strategic chapter in collaboration with the county and the changing needs of our community. And that is why I'm proud to be a part of this college and so hopeful for its future. I hope that you feel that this year has been a tremendous one for you and what you've been able to accomplish for yourself, for our students, and the communities that we serve. And I hope that those of you who are away over the summer will have the opportunity to reflect about that. Those of us who will be here this summer will have a little bit different schedule, hopefully to be reflective and to pause and think about the work that we do. And just in case you need any inspiration for the work that we do, I'd like to show you a little video to end and I'll tell you a little bit about this particular woman, Carol Faye Walls. She's an extraordinary 58-year-old warrior. She has overcome insurmountable odds to be a student at Montgomery College, and she was selected as one of 8 2019 ATD scholars. She was born in Washington, D.C., and she is a role model of adult learners. but more importantly, she credits the work that has happened in her life for what has happened here at Montgomery College. I'll let her tell her own story.
Good morning. I come from faith, love, strength, motherwit, and strife. I come from young parents who raised 6 children in ghetto life. I come from civil rights marches, picket signs, and long welfare lines, and a time when black folk could only drink from a colored water fountain. I come from sidewalks made of concrete, lilies and roses sprouting through the cracks. I come from a time when a ride on a local bus meant sitting in the back. I come from seeing needles on the ground, having been in someone's veins. I come from joking and cussing and calling kids names. I come from laughter and humility, even in bad situations. I come from racial tension and frustration in all sorts of places. I come from miracles and prayer that we shall overcome. I come from the smell of collard greens, potato salad, and fried chicken overdone. I come from strong roots that spread far and wide. I come from wearing hand-me-downs made with my mother's pride. I come from whippings and structure and listening to parents' words. I come from a time when children were to be seen and not to be heard. I come from dreams deferred and saying my thoughts out loud. I come from dancing to James Brown singing, "I'm black and I'm proud." I come from a strong work ethic, persistence through pain. I come from falling hard, getting back up, and falling down again. And I come from a full head of hair, but now I stand here bald. I come from a bout with uterine cancer that once had me stalled. I come from failure is not an option. Never give up, never retreat. And I come from understanding nothing will happen if you don't move your feet. I come from a tapestry woven together, strong, I'm built to last. I come in embracing my future that was built upon my past. And I come from ancestors whose spirits linger within me. I come from those who have died so I can stand here free. Now, I'm in pursuit of my dreams and I'm earning my degree. I know I would not be here without the support of my loving MC. I'm ecstatic about my future. Oh yeah, I'm bursting at the seams. My goodness, I'm standing here achieving the dream. I'm achieving my dream. I'm committed to learning, leading, and giving back on this journey. I'll keep building my legacy to encourage those that will follow me. I'll stay true and loyal to Montgomery College. Even as I graduate, my message will be, keep going, keep moving. It's never too late.
That's why we do the work, right? That's why we do the work. So the next time you sit in a meeting and wonder why we're here, the next time you have someone question our mission, the next time someone questions why we're constantly trying to be better as an institution, when you wonder why we do this work, I want you to remember Carol Faye Walls. Because every time I see that video, it gives me goosebumps and shivers. It makes me cry. Because I know for a fact that this college and its faculty and its staff have had a profound impact on her life. And for every one of her, we can multiply it over and over and over again. So thank you for what you do for students like Carol, students like Tygus, students like Jake, all of them who don't have a video, but whose lives you profoundly impact each and every day in the work you do with them. It takes a team to do that, and with that, we will take a moment now to honor Team Effort Awards, and I'll introduce Dr. Steve Kane, Chief of Staff and Chief Strategy Officer, to bring that to us today. Thank you all.
Well, good morning. It's my pleasure to celebrate employees who have received Team Effort Awards this year. So the purpose of the Team Effort Award is to recognize the accomplishments of college community members who have achieved something special by working as a team. The work must be beyond the scope of their regular duties, and project team members must demonstrate successful collaboration. We have 11 Team Effort Awards to announce today. I will share a brief description of each award while the names of awardees are displayed above. Awardees will receive a special certificate in the coming week. This is our opportunity to say thank you to many wonderful people who were involved with impressive work this year. So the first Team Effort Award goes to the Dual Enrollment Communication and Outreach Activities Group. These team members collaborated with internal and external partners to host thousands of potential dual enrollment students and sessions at each campus, creating opportunities for high school students to take college-level courses, prepare students for post-secondary work. MC and MCPS work together to develop pathways to college and career readiness for MCPS students, and to increase access to college coursework through dual enrollment programs, while reducing institutional barriers for all students. Join me in thanking this team. Our next award goes to the Culture of Respect Ending Sexual Violence on College Campuses team. The goal of the Culture of Respect program is to build the capacity of educational institutions to end sexual violence. This national effort, spearheaded by the organization NASPA, encourages organizational change to ensure institutions create policies and programs that support survivors, prevent sexual violence, and communicate that violence is unacceptable. The MC Title IX Advisory Group was able to make key improvements that benefited our students and employees experiencing sexual violence. Join me in recognizing this team. Next is our community engagement to advance the Leggett Building and project approval team. So you know the Catherine and Isaiah Leggett Math and Science Building on the Tacoma Park Silver Spring campus is an overdue and critical addition to the campus instructional space. This project required a different approach than prior construction on any of the three campuses. The location of the site in a residential and historic neighborhood required extensive, facilitated community conversations for 2 years. This team has worked together to enable the college to achieve the goal of balancing the needs of students, our neighbors, and fiscal prudence. The team demonstrated the value of community engagement at this scale. Funding for the building is on track, and the planning board has approved. Join me in thanking this team. Next is our Germantown campus 40th anniversary celebrations team. This team, known as the Cult of Done, got it done for the Germantown campus's 40th anniversary. Team members collaborated from the first brainstorming meeting until the last chair was folded after Germantown Day in March. They involved colleagues from all campuses and workforce development and continuing education, as well as businesses and nonprofits, to welcome community members on campus for a grand celebration. The 40th anniversary was a phenomenal success. Join me in recognizing this team. Next is the Mass Casualty Drill Training Event Team. The Health Sciences Program implement an annual interdisciplinary mass casualty drill, a training event that provides students a simulated learning exercise. This event is a valuable opportunity for our health sciences students to learn how to care for patients in a safe, collaborative environment and involves students in the following programs: diagnostic medical sonography, fire emergency management, health information management, mental health, nursing, physical therapy assistant, public health, radiologic technology, and surgical technology. Join me in recognizing this team. This is a big one. Montgomery College 2025 Strategic Plan, which Margaret gave you permission to take a pause on a little bit here today. This new strategic plan is the culmination of work by faculty, students, and staff serving on and supporting the Strategic Planning Committee. Dr. Pollard charged the committee to develop a responsive, realistic, forward-looking strategic plan that meets the current and future educational needs of the county and community. The committee utilized an inclusive process with creative thinking, community connections, and resource planning grounded in the college's mission and values. The plan, which will drive our efforts through 2025, is expected to be adopted by the Board of Trustees at its June meeting. Join me in thanking this team. I almost said thank the plan, but that'll come later. Our next team is the Carnegie Classification Application Project team. This team has collaborated across divisions for a year to put forward the college's first application for the Carnegie Community Engagement Classification. The application required data collection and documentation of the institutional mission, identity, and community engagement commitments. The process is similar to a self-assessment and quality improvement self-study. If the designation is granted, this classification would open doors to greater community engagement across the college, opportunities for new grants, and recognition of the college's community engagement efforts. Join me in recognizing this team. Next is our Scholarship Luncheon team. The Scholarship Luncheon brings hope to our students. They meet and make connections with the people who are supporting their scholarships. This year's luncheon was the largest ever and brought in the most fundraising ever, $170,000. Which was inspired by the Foundation Board's challenge. This collaboration of advancement and community engagement, student affairs, academic affairs, and administrative and fiscal services members to put on this amazing event provides one of the best experiences and interactions for scholarship recipients and donors. The fundraising value was $170,000, but the smiles of attendees were priceless. Join me in thanking this team. Next is our MC website academic program pages team. The college's academic programs and courses are arguably the most important website content. The communications, IT, and academics teams researched best practices and then worked with academic stakeholders to present MC's programs and courses in a way that offers information about program outcomes, possible careers, faculty, and advising contacts, program advising guides, suggested course sequences, transfer opportunities, and more. Programs and courses are organized in 12 categories that can be expanded to allow easy exploration. The new pages are in mobile-friendly templates that include pictures, videos, and links to related programs and courses, including non-credit courses. Join me in thanking this team. Next is our Fuel for Success food campaign mobile markets team. The partnership between Montgomery College and the National Capital Food Bank resulted in the mobile markets. The mobile markets have allowed us to address food insecurity for students and employees at the college and community members. To date, 43 markets have been held with 3,500 people served, 65% of them students. Through these mobile markets, 225,000 pounds of food has been distributed. Join me in thanking this team. The next team is our Trustee Information Day 2019 team. Trustee Information Day provides an opportunity for members of the Board of Trustees to experience campus life firsthand and broaden their understanding of the student experience in college operations. Board members from Montgomery College Foundation and the PIC-MC Foundation also attend. This year's program focused on workforce development efforts both in credit and non-credit formats at MC. The team that organized the day included tours, faculty presentations, student demonstrations, and meetings with members from businesses and nonprofits. Join me in thanking this team. So that concludes our Team Effort Awards this year. If you happen to be involved with the team or lead a team that does something along these lines, there is an application for this award. I think it's posted on the HR website, and if you have any questions about finding it, please don't hesitate to contact my office as well. So let's give a huge round of applause to the many faculty and staff recognized today for their wonderful efforts. All these things you do make such a huge difference in the life of Montgomery College. So it's now my pleasure to introduce College Council Chair Kathy Giovanetti. Kathy.
Thank you, Dr. Kane. Good morning. I'm honored to be here in front of the college today to share some of the highlights of governance from the year that is coming to a close and announce the incoming governance leadership for the upcoming academic year. Here is a short review of the governance activity this year. Governance served an important role in the MC 2025 strategic development planning process. All councils provided representation to ensure an inclusive constituent perspective in this important work. Council members took the opportunity in providing feedback on the many policy and procedures that went out for public review this year. I am hoping that many or most of you did the same. The College Council participated in a retreat where the new governance website was shared and feedback was requested. This site will go live by the start of the new fiscal year and provides an enhanced informational site for governance information and actions. It is updated with a fresh and user-friendly appeal. Go in and check it out and stay informed. There was development of a formal recommendation tracking and reporting system to provide updates on the implementation progress of approved recommendations. Good ideas require continued care and communication to be done well. The support of the Shared Director of Governance team was invaluable in maintaining the work of governance throughout the year. I want to thank Clavette Ridgard and Brad Papillon for their dedication and time spent supporting the 12 councils and the College Council. This is no easy task. Constituent concerns presented to councils were plentiful and included topics such as safety and security, gender-neutral restrooms, emergency closing schedules, parking fees, EAP funding, wellness activity reimbursements. This is just a few. This year, the College Council passed 14 recommendations. Common themes arose in this work, such as communication, equity, inclusiveness, access to information, Did I mention communication? WDCE Council moved for adoption of best practices for inclusion in programs and activities for non-credit students. Staff Council moved for clear communication protocols on compensation changes. Faculty Council moved for inclusion of faculty from the prior year sabbatical leave committee to participate in the current year sabbatical workshop. Student Council moved for enhanced accessibility to information on learning centers via inclusion on every syllabus and Blackboard sites. These are just a few of the concepts. Progress was made on prior year recommendations as well. FMLA website with a user-friendly infographic, dedicated email, and FAQs is live. Go in and check it out. Flexible work arrangement policy, previously telecommunication, is currently out for public comment. Please do so. Application fee waiver for non-credit students registering for credit courses implemented and process review continues. Good ideas require continued care and communication to be done well. These are just a few examples. I encourage each of you to continue your support of governance, to continually improve and advance the relevancy, strength, and value of MC in serving our students. As the outgoing chair of the College Council, I want to thank all the council chairs for their support and all council members for taking part in the work of governance. On the screen, you will see the names of the many dedicated council members for this year. Many, there's 12 of them in college. Many people dedicating time and effort. Thank you. Now let's take a look at the incoming council membership and officers. The incoming chair of the College Council is Tracy Smith Bryant. She is a full-time faculty member. She joined MC in 2001 and has served on numerous committees. Tracy has served on governance as vice chair and most recently chair of Tacoma Park Council. Her perspective is always positive and her dedication to students and MC evident in the many roles she has taken, such as department coordinator, club advisor, or member of a student portfolio panel, to name just a few. Vice chair of this incoming year will be Shakina Adams Gormley. Shakina has worked for MC for 12 years. She is the chair of the staff council and her current position is financial aid specialist. Thank you for stepping up to serve, Shakina. Incoming secretary for College Council, Christine Tracy. She has worked for MC for 10 years. She is currently the chair of the Rockville Council and holds the position of library manager. Thank you, Christine. Congratulations to all council members on taking on these important roles. I can assure you that your year will be a very busy one. You will learn a lot and your input will be valued. On the screen you see the names of the incoming council membership. Thank you, thank you. So, in close, I use your voice, enjoy the view from the seat on the council, and always keep a focus on students in your vision. Thank you for your time. And now I'll introduce our interim SVP of Administrative and Fiscal Services, Donna Shem.
Good morning. It is indeed my pleasure to present the Montgomery College NISOD Excellence Award recipients. The NISOD Excellence Award recognizes outstanding performance by individuals for their colleges. And I'd like to ask, when I call your name, to please stand up and be recognized. Song Ban, Catherine Ba, Victoria Baldasano, Anthony Barandino, Gloria Banilia, Raquel Benai, Carolyn Bushy, Joanne Carl, I know she's here, Ali Fadl, Susanna Gigliardi, Richard Godfried, Brittany Green, Amy Gumer, Deborah Grubb, David Hawkins, William Henley, Mary Kay Hinkle, Terry Hurst, Catherine Kumkumian, Sudhad Kunhikrishnan, Valerie Lance, Elizabeth Leonard, Sandra Livia, Cyrus McFoy, Michelle Moran, Angie Moy, Russell Peterson, Ishrat Rahman, Suzanne Riedel, Gretchen Rimkus, Kathleen Robbins, Linda Robinson, Heather Satrom, Tony Shaw, Troy, Tracy Smith Bryant, Anthony Solano, Virginia Streamer, Anastine Theophil Lafon, Varghese Thomas, Cheryl Tobler, William Tolliver, Lisa Vaughn, Alice Wang, Hannah Weiser, Kam Yi, and Jacqueline Zapala. I know Jackie's here, yeah. So just one last round of applause for all of the NISOD Excellence Award recipients. And please join me in welcoming Mr. David Sears, the Senior Vice President for Advancement and Community Engagement.
So my first order of business is to introduce you to our newest addition to the development team. She's an amazing leader, and we look forward to a lot of good things to come from her. We wooed her away from Penn State, which is a pretty big deal for us. And so please join me in welcoming our new Vice President for Development and Alumni Relations and Executive Director of the Montgomery College Foundation, Joyce Matthews.
Thank you very much. For so many reasons highlighted already this morning, I'm just so incredibly proud and inspired to be part of this community. So thank you for the warm welcome. I have the pleasure today to honor some people who are getting innovation awards for us. So let me get started here. You want to help me with that? Yeah. So the first group of 3 individuals are getting the Innovation Award for the digital storytelling. This is a program to expand and support the community of practice in digital storytelling. So for the following individuals, please come up and get your certificate. Jamie Gillen, Sarah Ducey, and Matthew Decker. Congratulations. The next group is much larger. This is a group that is going to, in the innovation program of Let's Build a House. I guess it takes a community to build a house. So we have a lot of people here to recognize that this is a program with applied technology students and others who are actually going to collaborate to design, build, and sell a tiny house on wheels. So the following individuals, please join us up here. Ali Fadl, George Payne, Ed Roberts, Chantal Vilmar, Sharia Tulat, Mario Parkhan, and Patricia Young. The next grant is going to Monica Molini for the Professional Identity Formation through STEM Service Learning. Monica, would you join us? Finally, we have a group of two coming up for the MOCO Connects Student Near Peer and Career Networking. Would Cindy Cooper Barnes and Tammy Perry please join us? I'm going to turn it back over to Dave. Yeah, thank you.
So the Innovation Awards, they're an amazing opportunity for you all to pilot programs, test things. We were able, through the foundation, to provide over $44,000 worth of support this year and continue to apply for those. My next order of business is to introduce our Staff Outstanding Service Awards for supervisors. This is one of the best ways to recognize the best and brightest in your units and divisions. And with that, let me introduce our Outstanding Service Award recipients. First one is Karen Askins. Karen. You'll see that some of these are NISOD winners as well. Outstanding Service Award recipients do get the NISOD Award as well. And I'll mention a few things about each person as they come up, just short things. So Karen worked tirelessly to produce a microbiology lab prep book that included pictures as well as words for the written setup of each lab. Next we have Song Ban. So Song wrote the code for the sick and safe leave, and what that translated into, it saved the college hundreds of hours of manual labor trying to input calculations. Our next recipient is Anthony Berardino. The comments on the nomination for Anthony said that he goes above and beyond the call of duty. He's consistently the first employee to volunteer to work after hours and during winter emergencies. He's one of our electricians. So we have a couple people here that have worked on the Workday and Night project. And this is one of the people that has done, according to the nomination, a Herculean effort of the combination of Workday and Banner and syncing those with dual entries. And that's our Human Resources Associate, Susanna Gilardi. Our next recipient comes from the Grants and Sponsored Programs Office. She has raised more than $3 million in public grants for this institution. Amy Gumar. Our next recipient has implemented a new coding system for incoming new students. That's Administrative Aide Tanya Harris. Our next recipient comes from our IT office. One of his most notable accomplishments has been the creation and implementation of the college-wide automated desktop imaging process. That is not easy. David Hawkins. So another individual who's done a tremendous job with the Workday and Night project is Mary Kay Hinkle. Mary Kay. Our next recipient comes from my division. She single-handedly ran our golf outing this year because we were all focused on the Leggett event that raised $1.7 million. She ended up raising over $130,000 just from running our golf tournament this year. Katie Kumkumian. Another Human Resources Associate, done a tremendous job on the Workday and Banner project, is Sandra Olivia. Our next awardee, the nomination says she exceeds expectations as a problem solver, she's an outstanding employee, and does tasks expeditiously and efficiently. Angie Moy. An analyst programmer, outstanding service award recipient, who's done a tremendous job on Workday, Suzanne Riedel. Our next recipient, instructional lab coordinator, Kathleen Robbins. So I think we pause on the next one. Somebody that kept us safe in a difficult time this past fall. He confronted a suspicious individual with a handgun and made sure that all of the employees down at Tacoma Park were safe. That is Officer Salvador Rosales. I think we should stop there. Another instructional lab coordinator who's always stepped out without hesitation to help the colleagues at Germantown when the chemistry department was short-staffed. She stepped in. She made sure that operations were smooth in the chemistry labs. That is Mary Sheriff. Another instructional lab coordinator, particularly on the biology side of things, is Christian Slaughter. So our last one, I really like this one because it's very student-centered. He actively engaged in promoting student success by designing opportunities for students to serve as interns at the IT service desk. on his own, created these opportunities for our students, and that is Varghese Thomas. So again, supervisors, I encourage you to nominate your staff for these awards. They're wonderful ways to recognize your employees. And with that, let me turn it back over to Dr. Rai, Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs, and Dr. Monica Brown, Senior Vice President for Student Affairs.
Good morning. We are honored to recognize recipients of outstanding faculty awards, and we'll begin with the Excellence in Service to the Institution or to the Community Awards. These awards identify outstanding faculty who have a proven track record of service to the discipline, college, or to the community. Our first award for Excellence in Service, please welcome Professor Emily Rosado. Professor Rosado has been a full-time professor with Montgomery College since 2007, teaching in English and ELAP programs, as well as being host faculty for the Achieving the Promise Academy and serving on the board of directors for Every Mind and several other committees. A former student noted, "While I was suffering from PTSD and nearly gave up, her kindness and gentle approach helped me heal and all the while continue to reach my goal." Congratulations, Professor Rosado. Next, I would like to invite Professor Melissa Sprague to join us. Professor Sprague has been a full-time professor with Montgomery College since 2006, teaching multiple courses within the nursing curriculum. She is the clinical coordinator for Nursing 226 and has served as the evaluation committee chair, the faculty advisor for the Nurse Residency Advisory Board at Holy Cross Hospital, and nursing co-program coordinator. One of her former students stated, "During my time in her class, she not only provided us with the pediatric nursing care knowledge, but also compassion, kindness, and listening skills that I will carry with me throughout my career as a nurse." Congratulations, Professor Sprague. Excellence in scholarly or professional accomplishments for full-time faculty. This award identifies outstanding faculty who have written books or scholarly articles, or who are distinguished leaders in their profession or discipline, and who, as a result of this scholarly and professional activity, have contributed significantly to their discipline and brought distinction to their field or discipline or to Montgomery College. Our first awardee is Professor Katima Lee. Professor Lee has been a full-time faculty member with Montgomery College since 2012, teaching over 10 different English courses, among others, and having received 9 scholarly fellowships, such as Communities Writers at Squaw Valley, California, Kalalu Fellowship, Smithsonian Faculty Fellowship, and the Cave Canon Writing Fellowship. A former student stated, "Whereas I was used to predetermined questions and answers, Professor Lee valued a class where students ask questions of one another, but most importantly, of themselves." Congratulations, Professor Lee. Now I would like to ask Dr. Michael Harding to come forward. Dr. Harding has been a full-time faculty member with Montgomery College since 2013, teaching philosophy and political science courses, including honors seminars. Professor Harding's scholarly publications are extensive, including in the Encyclopedia of Religion and Politics in America, and 30 short book reviews. A former student noted, "I think my fellow students were inspired by his high level of scholastic achievement and were motivated to emulate him. He raised the bar for all of us." Congratulations, Professor Harding. Our next two awards recognize excellence in scholarship or professional development for part-time faculty. Please welcome Dr. Andrew Krieger to the stage. Dr. Krieger has teaching experience in different colleges and universities across Maryland, in addition to the roles outside the classroom, including has authoring several publications. At Montgomery College, Dr. Krieger has taught Introduction to Sociology, Social Foundations of Education, Perspectives in American Education, Political Ideologies, and American Government courses. According to a former student, he really opened my eyes to taking an interest in politics. You could tell that he really had a passion for what he was talking about. Congratulations, Dr. Krieger. Now I would like to invite Dr. Lucinda Grinnell to join us. As a faculty member in the Women's and Gender Studies program and English department, Dr. Grinnell brings her extensive knowledge of Latin American history to her classes. She also is a powerful advocate for radical inclusion and the college's LGBTQ students. A student summed it up this way: "I will always remember Professor Grinnell due to her constant interaction with the students and the passion she put into every one of her lessons." Congratulations, Dr. Grinnell. The next awardees are acknowledged for excellence in teaching or excellence in counseling or academic advising for full-time faculty. This award identifies outstanding faculty who have a proven track record as exceptional teachers or counselors or advisors with a positive, inspiring, and long-lasting effect on students and their learning, who demonstrate a belief in the potential of students to learn, to fulfill their potential, and to excel, and who have provided extraordinary or unique contributions to excellence in teaching. This award serves to promote teaching or counseling excellence and to demonstrate the excellence that characterizes the entire Montgomery College faculty. Please welcome Professor Alicia Sanderman. Professor Sanderman has been a full-time faculty member with Montgomery College since 2008. Teaching a multitude of courses in English language for the academic purpose, communication, and linguistics and communication studies disciplines. Her former students stated she created time to interact with every student in class in her office and to help improve in a specific area they might have failing, which were very helpful for me and other students. Congratulations, Professor Sanderman. Next, I would like to invite Professor Charmaine Weston to join us. Professor Weston has been a full-time faculty member with Montgomery College since 2007, teaching English and serving on numerous college committees. Her former students wrote, "Even if 8 different students ask the same question 8 times, she finds 8 diverse ways of explaining the answer. I passed English 101A with an A because she took the time during and after class to discuss my work." Congratulations, Professor Weston.
And now it is my pleasure to invite Dr. David Kite to join us. Dr. Kite has been a full-time faculty member with Montgomery College since 2014, teaching computer science courses and serving as the director of the Grand Challenges Scholars Program at MC. It is the only two-year college participant in the United States. Dr. Kite serves as the faculty mentor for the robotics and programming competition team at the NASA Swarmathon. His former student wrote, "If I had to take another programming course again, I would scramble my entire schedule to have the privilege of taking it with Dr. Kite." That says a lot. Congratulations, Dr. Kite. I'd like to invite Professor Jerry Gresham to the stage. Professor Gresham has been a full-time faculty member with Montgomery College since 2013 as counselor and advisor who has taught a variety of career development and academic success courses. A former student noted, "I can never thank Jerry enough for the love and support she has shown me and my family. I have seen her give this much love and attention to all students she has ever come into contact with, all students." Congratulations, Professor Gresham. Now I ask Professor Martha Vaughn to join us here. Professor Vaughn has been a full-time faculty member at Montgomery College since 2004, teaching graphic design and illustration in the Media Arts and Technologies Department. She has many exhibitions to her credit, as well as a publication for Insights magazine. A former student stated, during lab sessions, she would sit with each student individually, generous with her time, poring over their work on the computer screen or in their sketch pad, questions and making astute suggestions, essentially teasing out the very best from her students. She saw, as all outstanding student teachers do, the gold that was there waiting to be unearthed. Congratulations, Professor Vaughn. Let's please welcome Dr. Mazen Zaruk to the stage. Here he comes now. Dr. Zaruk has been a full-time faculty member at Montgomery College since 2011, teaching more than 10 different mathematics courses and serving on numerous committees. He has also received the Project Next, that's New Experiences in Teaching Fellowship Award from the Mathematical Association of America. According to a former student, the class I took was at night, but regardless of the time, Dr. Zaruk was willing to stay late after class to answer many of our questions. Congratulations, Dr. Zaruk. It is now my pleasure to invite Dr. Richard Pyers to join us. Dr. Pyers has been a full-time faculty member with Montgomery College since 2006, teaching chemistry courses. He has created a series of interactive, three-dimensional molecule visualization videos that allows students to manipulate molecules using a computer software program, riveting, and has been the co-author of 2 patents. A former student noted, even when students answered questions wrong, He never let them feel discouraged, but directed them in the right path. He perfectly balances offering support and independent learning. Congratulations, sir. Now, please let's welcome Professor Rebecca Eggensweiler to join us. Professor Eggensweiler has been a full-time faculty member with Montgomery College since 2011, teaching in the English department and as the coordinator for the PACE program and PACE conference. She is also published twice in the Chronicle of Higher Education. In regards to her teaching philosophy, she wrote that an education is not about a grade, a diploma, or even a job. A true education transforms a person entirely. Congratulations. Now, please welcome Professor Susan Blumen to the stage. Professor Blumen has been a full-time faculty member with Montgomery College since 2009, teaching courses in the business and management discipline. Professor Blumen served as an elite faculty associate and was awarded the honor of the first top trainer facilitator by the National Highway Institute, as well as having extensive experience as a training management consultant within the government and private sectors. A former student stated that her ability to connect with her students and her talent in teaching difficult material is what distinguishes her from all other professors. Congratulations, Professor Blumen. Our next award recognizes excellence in teaching or excellence in counseling for part-time faculty. This award identifies outstanding part-time faculty who have a proven track record as exceptional teachers with a positive, inspiring, and long-lasting effects on students and their learning, who demonstrate a belief in the potential of students to learn, to fulfill their potential, and to excel, who have provided extraordinary or unique contributions to excellence in teaching and/or counseling. This award serves to promote teaching and counseling excellence and to demonstrate the excellence that characterizes the entire Montgomery College part-time faculty.
Please welcome Professor Livena De La Rosa to the stage. Professor De La Rosa's dedication to college's mission of empowering our students to change their lives is evident in the range of psychology courses that she teaches. She has been commended by the Education and Social Science Department at Takoma Park with a teaching excellence recognition. She has also mentioned and tutored students through the Achieving the Promise Academy and department-based initiatives such as I Am Psyched. Her commitment to improving social justice and equity for our students is outstanding, noted by Dr. Eric Benjamin. Congratulations, Professor De La Rosa. I would like to invite Professor Matthew Colburn to join us. Professor Colburn has been part-time faculty member at Montgomery College since 2014. He also currently teaches at the University of District of Columbia Community College. His area of expertise is college writing and critical reading. Several of Mr. Colburn's students have mentioned that he spends time with them and taught important organizational skills. The students like Mr. Colburn's teaching method and found the online videos very helpful. Congratulations.
I'm done. done, we can't top that. But let's try. Please welcome Professor Sally McLean to the stage. Professor McLean has served the students at Montgomery College as a part-time faculty member for over 19 years. Yeah. She currently teaches in the Germantown English department. Professor McLean teaching philosophy is having her students feel a sense of community by ensuring they feel that their ideas matter. She does this by not only allowing the students to choose their research topics, but also providing time for students teaching to various learning styles, creating friendships and connections, and feedback to students. One of her students noted that Professor McLean's biggest asset is her sincere and compassionate care for her students. Congratulations, Professor McLean. Please welcome Professor Susan Woolman to the stage. Professor Woolman does more than teach chemistry. A student noted that when she felt lost in her chemistry class, Professor Woolman reached out to her. Rather than let the student quit, she insisted that the student meet her before class and at the Science Learning Center for additional help. "I never knew," said the student, "that I would be so lucky as to cross paths with such a wonderful human being." The student went on to say, "She has been super supportive of me in and outside the classroom. I could not be more thankful to her. She is truly an inspiration." Congratulations, Professor Woolman. Now let's have a round of applause for all our awardees. Together, you exemplify the excellence Montgomery College has to offer. Congratulations to you all.
And now it is our pleasure to share the sabbatical awardees for the next academic year. Please stand at your seat when your name is called. Susan Blumen, Demographic Research and Study for Microaggressions and Nonviolent Communication.
Henry Caballo, Just Right, an OER writing text for Academic Writing 1.
Dorel Angle, Completion of Doctorate in Health Sciences.
Lori Kelman, Expression and Characterization of the NISAB.
Rita Krinidis, a scholarly study of integrating STEM and humanities, best practices and impact on student learning.
Jill Kronstadt, Beyond the Argument Reader, faculty resources for integrating global content and diversity into the English 102 standard textbook.
Melissa Lesme, Integrating Media Lab and Digital Storytelling.
Christine Liu, Improving Minority Student Success in Science, Engineering, and Math using 2 brief interventions.
Zdeno Merkak, Design Elements and Principles in Animated Videos.
Esther Swartz McKenzie, Speaking Out, Families of LGBTQIA Advance the Dialogue.
Shweta Sen, Challenges and Choices, Navigating the Maze of Academic Underperformance, Socioeconomic Disparities, and Mental Health Issues in Higher Education.
Maria Sprin, A World Away, Migration and History in Montgomery County. Congratulations to all.
Please welcome Ms. Sharon Bland, Chief Equity and Inclusion Officer, to the stage.
Good morning, everyone. I'm pleased to talk about the Excellence in Equity Awards. As you know, this is a new award to the college. The purpose of the Excellence in Equity Award is to recognize and celebrate students, faculty, and staff who have demonstrated exemplary accomplishments in advancing equity, inclusion, and diversity. Montgomery College is indeed fortunate to have a wealth of dedicated and extraordinary employees and students deserving of this recognition. I just have to put it aside. Wasn't that a powerful video of Carol Faye Walls? She was one of our Student Excellence in Equity Awards winner, and you could see why. These individuals serve as leaders through their contributions in making Montgomery College and/or our local community more inclusive by creating an environment where all individuals are valued and respected. In addition to the student categories, the employee categories are as follows: 1 full-time faculty, 1 part-time faculty, 2 staff, and 1 in the category of other. The additional award of other, in the spirit of being inclusive, was decided to include or to make this award for department chairs this year, and then next year it will be for department chairs and administrators. This prestigious inaugural award will be given annually to employees and students who embody the characteristics of equity and inclusion in their performance and service, and who is well deserving of this special recognition. As quoted by Ramon de la Cruz, the awards committee chair this year, the Excellence in Equity Award, Pass the Baton, symbolizes equity inclusion is a long game requiring multi-generational action. This symbolizes the work is never done and the race is always being run, and that we are all connected to the work of those before us. So those recipients, please carry the baton through life with you as you continue to serve as ambassadors for equity and inclusion. Ramon, would you please join me to the stage to present these awards? I'd like to first introduce Ms. Inas El-Hafani. She's a staff award member, the awardee for this year, one of 2. She's Associate Director of Community Service and runs the Global Nexus program, a collaborative initiative that facilitates integrative, innovative, and college-wide engagement. She also advises on international and multicultural issues and concerns, and initiated and organized the first annual celebration of Arab American Heritage Month at Montgomery College. Tracy Matthias is our second awardee for the staff award. As a senior program director in WD&CE, Ms. Matthias advocates for equity in access to academic resources and promotes opportunities for student engagement. She was awarded a Maryland State Department of Education grant to bring robotics education to more than 400 elementary school students. Tracy was also awarded by the American Association for Women in Community Colleges as one of 40 rising stars who are making a difference for the college in which they work. Ms. Tara Trotteau, who is a part-time professor of anthropology, archaeology, and women's studies, teaches students anthropological fieldwork, exhibits studies and teaches research and writing and material cultural analysis. A handful. She has worked on preservation issues and public laws that guide both women's rights and historic preservation. She's also worked to win a National Endowment for the Humanities Award to train K-12 teachers on how to teach their lessons using archaeological data. Oh, no, I skipped one. Oh, okay, great. Thank you. No, that's it. Dr. Esther Schwartz-McKenzie. A full-time faculty member of English Composition, Literature, and Women's Studies. Her sabbatical film project helped to increase awareness of special needs of student veterans. She has researched and public work focusing on recovering quote-unquote lost women's voices, especially those who use popular media to speak out against injustice. Dr. Schwartz-McKenzie has also enabled more than 1,250 MC students to speak and meet and speak Holocaust survivors through an educational research program that she designed and implemented. Thank you. Our last awardee, Dr. Milton Nash. Dr. Nash is the chair of the Department of Mathematics, Statistics, and Data Science, and he has served as a long-term faculty advisor to the Tacoma Park Silver Spring Math Club and actively promotes women and underserved minorities' participation in mathematical sciences. Dr. Nash has also co-authored an innovation grant for academic inclusion networks, which was designed to provide embedded support to students who were in Gateway STEM courses. Thank you very much, Dr. Nash. At this time, I'd like to welcome Dr. Pollard back to the stage to present the staff, part-time faculty, and full-time faculty member of the year awards.
It's my honor to present these awards, which recognize extraordinary talent, commitment, and collaboration to our valued faculty and staff. They carry with them a significant cash prize, and we are very excited to recognize the following individuals. The Staff Member of the Year award goes to Ms. Nelida Andres. She's being recognized for her extraordinary work as a program manager for early childhood education and workforce development and continuing education. This program delivers in both English and Spanish. A college employee for 14 years, Ms. Andres' passion for students spans non-credit and credit offerings. She serves as a vital bridge from one to another, aiding the college in creating seamless pathways for our students. She has guided students who begin the studies on one path and once they gain confidence, step onto another. Ms. Andres' work is not limited to students and program administration. She has been an energetic advocate for the college in Annapolis, and she has served as a co-advisor for the development of the Early Childhood Education Club, which now has more than 140 active student members and has aided her WDCE colleagues in adopting open educational resources. Beyond Montgomery College, Ms. Andres has worked on early childhood events in the county and state level, including the very popular regional summit hosted at the college. And I recall that they were all turning people away because it was so full to be in that space. Her service on the Child Care Workforce Industry Advisory Committee brings her in close contact with 20 organizations outside of the college, and through her diligence and expertise, she has secured $112,000 grant that provided small business training to family child care providers in Montgomery County, benefiting not only our students in Montgomery College, but their young charges as well. Thank you to the work of Ms. Andres. The college's early childhood program is becoming a model for other colleges. Her selfless spirit and passion for service make her an exceptional staff member. Congratulations. Clearly, I need some exceptional people to help me learn how to forward the things there. So let me fast forward the next one then. The Part-Time Faculty Member of the Year Award goes to English Professor Albert Kapikian, whose extraordinary commitment His extraordinary commitment to students is lauded by colleagues and students alike. Professor Kapikian is a prolific award-winning writer himself who serves as a mentor for countless aspiring writers and a role model for his colleagues. He is described as a high-impact instructor who brings passion, creativity, and intellectual rigor to his courses. His interactions with students are notably humble and compassionate. Possessed of an apparently tireless work ethic, colleagues report he is the last person to leave at the end of the day and the first person on campus in the morning. This was a habit that earned him the 2019 Teaching Excellence Award from the Tacoma Park Silver Spring campus, and one of his colleagues wrote, quote, "In my 40 years in education, I have never worked with anyone who was held in such high regard by his students, faculty, and staff. Professor Kapikian's focus on his students is singular," said another. "He is brilliant, yet caring. Albert makes his students' hearts and voices soar. He is more than a classroom instructor, but a catalyst who helps them to believe in their potential and realize that they have something valuable to say." Ooh, that gave me goosebumps. Professor Kapikian shares his gifts generously with TRIO students as a tutor and with assisted living residents whom he leads in literature discussion groups. Working across disciplines with the history department, he is one of the organizers of the Confluence Translation Conference in Tacoma Park and works energetically with interns on the Potomac Review. Congratulations, sir. And finally, our full-time Faculty Member of the Year Award goes to Professor Tyra Pianor. I think you got the best fan club right here. A professor in counseling and academic advising, she is credited by many for her tireless student-first approach. In her 14 years at Montgomery College, Professor Pianora has been an expert in curricular matters and educational planning. As a leader and as an innovator, her work has improved the experiences of students and faculty alike. The original pioneer of the first-year experience program at the college, she helped to develop its targeted framework, philosophy, and vision. And through her dedication, the first-year experience has evolved into a highly acclaimed program, easily recognized on all of our campuses. Professor Pianor is also credited with teaching countless first-year seminars for incoming students, helping them to orient thoroughly to the resources of the college and prepare themselves for the high expectations they will encounter. Her lessons in personal responsibility and self-motivation have inspired countless students to self-discovery and achievement. Through her role as an academic and developmental counselor, she has guided thousands of students through personal journeys that involve insights on attitudes and behaviors that strengthen their progress here. She has 3 exuberant letters of support from students, one of whom says, quote, "Professor Pianor exudes kindness, respect, and patience to every student with whom she interacts." Professor Pianor also created a signature first-year experience, the Student Ambassador Program on the Germantown campus, to help students develop leadership skills and to serve their peers who are in need of direction. Her work as the coordinator of the Summer Bridge program has resulted in Bridge students with higher GPAs and higher retention rates than those who did not attend. It is clear that Professor Pianor has created a legacy of student impact, and I don't think that's something that any other faculty member would want to have said that they did not do. Congratulations to Tyra Pianor. Congratulations to all of our of the year awardees, and it's my pleasure to turn the mic back over to our way we started today, Margaret Latimer.
My first official act is as lost and found. If you've left glasses up here, they're here. That's okay. We are actually a little bit ahead of schedule, and I noticed incredible enthusiasm, almost awe in Dr. Brown's voice when she was talking about Rick Pyers and chemistry. So I thought maybe for the next 30 minutes, Dr. Pyers, you would grace us with bonds, structure, molecular structure. All in favor? I tried, Rick. I hope you have found the program informative and enjoyable. I want to add my congratulations to all of the award winners who are here. Please remain in your seats for just a couple of announcements. First, and probably most important, thank you, Raquel, Stacy, the behind-the-scenes people. And the MCTV folks who always just work magic. For those of you who will be attending the AAUP meeting, please remain in this auditorium. The SEIU meeting is located in HT 122, and the AFSCME meeting is located in HT 123. For those of you who are new, those are the 2 small auditorium seating rooms right across the atrium. Be sure to look at the discipline meeting schedules, as start times vary depending on your discipline. I hope that's all been communicated. Lunch is on your own this year, and the cafeteria is open from 12 to 2 for those of you who want to stay on campus. Lastly, if you haven't already enrolled in the Duo two-factor authentication, the 2FA, there is a table right outside the door for your convenience. I noticed that they are offering chocolate. I will offer what I used to offer to my children, hugs and kisses for those of you who come through. Do I get, go to jail for that now? Anyway, there is a deadline. You will have to do this, so take advantage today and get a piece of chocolate. The deadline for staff to enroll is June 30th. And this concludes our program. Thank you for attending. Enjoy the rest of the day. And see you on Friday.